everybody, welcome to Arches National Park. And remember, never stop exploring.
Hi everyone, so today we're in Arches National Park. The boys and I spent about a day and a half at the Devil's Garden campground, and we pretty much saw everything that we think that you can see in Arches National Park. Yeah. We did the Devil's Garden Trail, which is about an 8-mile loop. Yeah. If you do it right, we took the primitive route and saw just about every arch that is out there. There were some very primitive points, some very severe drop-offs, and
lots of rock scrambling.
A lot of rock scrambling. We have another video if you're interested in that. Go check it out. But for the rest of our trip, we saw the Delicate Arch, which we're coming back from right now. Yep. What did you guys think about that?
It was huge, yeah. It's a lot bigger than it looks like in the pictures. And there's a trail that leads up, and it's very uphill when you go there, but then on the way back, it's all downhill.
Trying to climb all the way to the top.
No.
You might need a parachute for that.
There were some climbers that we just saw.
Yeah, that answers that question. They climb here. Need some climbing gear.
Doesn't look very sturdy. I'm just talking going this way. I know where to climb. There's a huge crack in it. Not gonna climb no more. So you said you got out of the comfort spot. Great place. We'll go down here.
This is the Garden of Eden. And like we said, if this kid can find something to climb, he's gonna climb it.
I'll come up here too. Okay.
The boys asked me why they call this the Garden of Eden. I can't answer that question. So we're gonna go to the visitor center and find out why they call this the Garden of Eden.
Backwards. There you go. No, backwards. Oh, okay.
Joey, what's your favorite part so far?
My favorite part of the trip?
Yeah.
I think it was doing the 7.9 to be precise. My hike we did earlier today.
7.9.
Yeah, it actually
to be precise. That was Devil's Garden, right?
Yep.
Just got to get you a hat. What's your shirt say?
Patagonia. This it says
Born to Explore.
Born to Explore.
Beautiful scenery, guys. Huh? Here they are.
Hi.
How's it going, big guy?
Good.
How you doing, Joey?
Good.
Good. But we're gonna start the Devil's Garden Trail. Devil's Garden Trail. And we are the first ones, as always, to the parking lot to beat the crowds. If anybody ever wants to know what the best way is to approach national parks for some of the popular sites, well, get up before everybody else does. Yep. You're treated with the sunrise every morning, right? There's no doubt about that. So get to watch that come up every morning, and you don't have to battle the crowds. Here we go. There's the entrance to Devil's Garden. Have we figured out why they call it Devil's Garden yet?
No.
No? All right, well, we've got to figure that out. Look at that beauty. It's kind of neat. I'll bet you in the summertime when it's really warm, I bet you it's really cool right here. All right, so this morning we are heading out on Devil's Garden Trail. It's about an 8-mile loop at Arches National Park. We're pretty much the first people on the trail this morning. We got up about 5:30. We're staying right down the road at the Devil's Garden campground. And we made some coffee at the trailhead and we are enjoying this beautiful view. Look at that sunrise, guys.
Yeah.
How amazing is that? This is the start of the trail. So we haven't really seen any arches quite yet, but we will be sure to show you as we progress along the trail. All right, let's get going, guys. We're walking along, we see this guy. You could tell he's seen lots of people before. Because he's just looking right at us. He doesn't care. What's he doing?
He said that there was more. Man said that there was more.
Hey, big guy, how are you? You guys ready to start Devil's Garden?
Yep.
Counterclockwise. Let's do it. What do you guys want to name him?
Fred.
All right, Fred.
The deer that just stares at us. Like, how much grass does he have in his mouth? Because he keeps on just chewing.
So we've named a lot of people on the
That's a
trip
female
so far.
deer.
We named a lot of people on the trip.
Gertrude?
So we named a lot of people on the trip. We've named,
How much does she have in her mouth? She just
We
keeps
named-
chewing.
one of our snowman's Harold, his baby, what's his name? Olaf, and then, we found a bug in the car. What did we name him? Roy. Yeah, Roy. We found a bug in the car. We named him Roy. We didn't kill Roy because he was bugging him. Get it? And then, what else did we, and then, what did we decide on his name yet? Right? Oh, and then we have Gertrude.
All right, guys, ready to go?
Yep.
Ready to go, Joey?
Yep.
All right. Onward movement. That's Pine Tree Arch. It's the first arch that we've seen today. And Joey asked a really good question. Why do they call it Pine Tree Arch? I don't know, because those don't look like pine trees. But maybe there used to be pine trees. And we also observed it looks more like a hole. Maybe they should call it Pine Tree Hole. Could you imagine arch? Could you imagine how long it has to take for wind to just blow through there to make something like that? All right, guys, let's keep going. All right, so correction. This is Pine Tree Arch. That last one was Tunnel Arch. We were talking about how it looked like a hole. Yeah, well, it was Tunnel Arch, and this is Pine Tree Arch. And we don't really know why this is Pine Tree Arch, except for the fact that there's this little dome up there that looks like a pine tree, I guess. Wow, Sam, that thing is huge. Especially when you walk right up to it. Wow, it's really big. And this is Landscape Arch. Really skinny arch. Guys, you think that one has a name over there on the right?
Maybe.
it have a sidekick? I don't think so.
You said, does it have a sidekick?
Yeah, I think that's just an arch corner.
Maybe it's too young to actually get a name yet.
Next time we come, I'll probably have a name if we come again.
All right, guys, we could check the main trail to Double O Arch or the primitive trail to Double O Arch.
Right.
Which one you want to do?
I think we take the main trail.
Okay. Lead the way. So we opted for the primitive trail. This is pretty primitive. It does. Right, exactly. We went all the way to the top of this thing. The trail just kind of ended. You okay?
Yep. Okay, be extra careful right here.
Good job, big boy. Keep going. To the right.
Oh, that goes in deep. Goes along this rock. It's that kind. This way. This one.
And this is one of those splinter trails that comes off of the Devil's Garden Trail. All right, here we are, and we're looking at Black Arch, which is way down there. This took quite the trek to get here.
Yeah.
A lot of scrambling.
Yeah.
A lot of scrambling and a lot of pretty significant severe drop-offs. Allegedly, we could find Double O Arch up here. All right, we finally found it. Double O Arch. What about that, guys?
Yeah. First,
Finally.
we thought two arches. Like we saw one back there. We thought it was another one. And we saw one over there.
Finally got it, guys.
Yeah. This is my favorite arch.
That's your favorite one?
Just because of all the stuff.
Probably because we had to go through so much to get here, right? king of the world. Navajo arch.
That's huge.
That's pretty cool.
It's really thick. It looks like that over here.
This is a lot easier to find, I think.
Yes,
than
double O
double
arch.
O arch.
Arches. Yeah, it was hard. This is really swapped along the trail.
And we located Partition Arch. We always wonder, like, we see the names of these arches before we see the actual arch, and we wonder what it looks like and why they call it that. This one's pretty funny. Partition Arch.
Look at that. How does that balance?
Oh wow, that is neat. You just knock it over? You just knocked it over? Okay, so here we are, Delicate Arch. It's really neat. There's like a cone effect down there. It's a pretty significant drop off, much more than I expected it to be. But it's absolutely beautiful. One of the wonders of the world, in my book. How on earth does that form? I don't know. It's pretty cool, guys. It's a lot bigger than we expected, isn't it?
A lot bigger.
What do you think, Joey?
I like it. It's a big.
So this is North Window Arch at the busiest point in the day. Hi, how's it going, Sam? Hey, Joey. That's North Window, and we think that's South Window, guys.
Yeah.
Way over there. It's pretty neat.
I wonder if that could be turret arch.
I see one, two, three,
And there's a few down there.
5, 6, 7. 9 arches.
And you say
Sam,
you don't know why
Sam,
I
you
put
said you
arches.
changed your opinion on arches.
Yeah.
What was it?
I thought that like arches didn't have arches, but now I see there's like tons of arches. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
We went on probably the most primitive trail in Arches National Park,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
First, and we had to really hunt those arches down.
Yeah, we had 100 arches. But over here, so you can
These are pretty easy. You just basically walk right up this path
and see
here.
11 arches.
But that's why there's a giant crowd.
Yeah.
We pulled up and we were like, well, that looks like an anthill. An anthill of people. But it's still pretty spectacular to see that thing. And then you also see all these other arches here that look like they don't have names, but they're kind of the start of arches. Like that. Like that's an arch. But it doesn't have a hole blown out of it like this one does. What do you rate arches? 1 through 10?
A 9.
A 9? Oh, cool.
Yeah.
What would make it a 10?
Let's see. If there was like maybe like a few more like trails that like you like a few more like
I feel like it had a backcountry section.
yeah.
Like an actual backcountry, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of pull-offs. But it's okay. Every park is different.
Every park is